the cities we live in today are becoming like computers in open air, where we citizens are able to interact in a more direct way with not only the way the city lives, but also the way the city is planned for the future. To give you a number, an idea of how connected we are today, we have 15 billion connected devices today, like last year in 2015. And according to Ericsson, there will be 40 billion connected devices in 2020, in 4 years. And this doesn't mean that we all will have 5 iPhones on ourselves, but that this connection goes from people to people, but also from people to machines and machines to machines, which is the Internet of Things and this connection of networks around us. All this information creates what we call big data, and we can define big data like this. Big data is what you cannot put in an Excel spreadsheet. It's something that is so big that we have to invent new ways of processing it and analyzing it to create new things. So in order to do that, we separate big data in 3 categories. Opportunistic big data, which is big data that is already collected in the cities and that we can use for different purposes to use them in interesting ways. User-generated, it's information that we produce and that can be used also in the city, in the management of the city. And purposely sensed, that is purposely collected by us for a specific goal. Every day with our cell phones, we connect to social media, we talk to our friends, and we take pictures. And this generates huge amounts of data sets that can be also used to understand better how our cities and our world works. So we took Flickr, which is a platform where we can upload your photographs. On Flickr, when you upload a photo, there's information about you, who the user is, but also information about where you took the picture, at what time, and you can follow, like that, people from the pictures they take and they upload. So we did this project with the region of Tuscany in Italy to find out where people took pictures in the region. So at a regional city level, here is the city of Florence in the middle, or even building level, we can determine where people, what's the most interesting part of a site for the people. So this is a fantastic tool for the tourism board of Tuscany because they get to know what people like, but also it's a way, once we process time and date of the people, to track people around the region and to target specific groups of tourists. So this was used by the region of Tuscany to define its touristic strategy. And the third example is purposely sensed. This is information we create in order to reach a goal. So take this laptop, for instance. We all know where this laptop comes from. If we are interested by it, we can find out where our laptop was made. And when we use it, us, of course, and everybody can see where we use it also. If we move along with it, it registers all its movements. Nevertheless, we don't know what happens to this laptop after we use it. And so this raised a question among us about what objects become after we discard them. So we decided to find out. And at the time, this investigation called Trash Track was in 2009. There weren't any tags adapted to this research. So we created this tag that had to geolocalize and send us back information, but also last for several months in order to be efficient. And we asked for people to come with objects that would be tracked. And 500 people came with 3,000 objects, from banana peels to ink cartridges. And this happened. So the objects were moved around the city of Seattle and then spread in a very surprising way across the USA, across thousands of kilometers. We even know that one of the objects ended up in Africa. And this was used by our research team to explore more the theme of shared economy. Because when you just use an object and then discard it, it's a very, statical system. But when you get to know what it becomes, you get to know if other people would need it. And then you can create a system, a more efficient economic system of sharing and creating more value with the objects you use. Okay, thank you very much.